Now, I'm supposed to be interviewing you. I'll guarantee you on YouTube it'll be, shut up, Jones, shut up. I mean, that's like a popular meme. I mean, it's a minority of folks that complain like that. But, I mean, you can't argue with success, but I'm here, you're asking the questions now.
You know, the number one thing I see on YouTube as far as your videos, everybody talks about Zionist. I mean, this is impromptu, teleprompter free. If you can just throw something out, can you explain a little bit about the Zionists? Do you know anything about that?
Well, I'll tell you, when I've talked about the Zionists, that makes all of the anti-Zionists even more angry.
Okay. Because
they're invested in the fact that they believe, you know, that I work for Israel or something.
Okay.
And I mean, those same groups, the whole anti-Zionist thing, it's very complex.
Okay.
There are some people that are reasonably mad at some of the things Israel's doing, which have been compared to apartheid in South Africa.
Okay.
And it is pretty darn close to that. I mean, it's tribal warfare going on. And I've always been critical of things like that.
Explain it.
And then I have the whole kind of ADL Israel lobby viciously after me.
Right.
And then all these white supremacist groups, I mean, you name them. You go to their websites, they're not talking about Benjamin Netanyahu. They're not talking about Jesse Jackson. They're talking about me.
Alex Jones.
Oh, I mean, I am like the #1 thing. And I've figured out why that is. It's because the feds have been caught, and so have the other subgroups running those. So I've got them attacking me, and then the groups they're running attacking me, because what they're really afraid of is the American people just get together for the Bill of Rights and Constitution.
Yeah, they don't want that.
And so, as Cass Sunstein at the White House said, he goes, we'll pose as the opposition and radicalize it where it's so nasty nobody joins it. So we got a website about, hey, they're funding al-Qaeda to attack Syria. This is wrong. They're like, shut up, you Jewish agent. You know, and I'm, well, wait a minute. We don't want al-Qaeda attacking Syria and starting a big war. What's that have to do with I'm supposedly a Jewish agent? Shut up, you're a Jewish agent. And but basically, by tracking them over the years, I figured out most of them are actually operatives. So it's just the nastiest thing they can throw in the middle of it. I'm like, hey, General Motors got paid $22 billion to move our jobs over to China and Brazil, and they're there going, shut up, we know you work for the Jews, we're going to kill you. And you're like, but they paid to move the jobs to Brazil. Yeah. Shut up, you're gonna...
I got the articles right here.
Yeah, but it's the nastiest thing. It's like, I hate to have a gross analogy, but it's the only one that works. It's like we got this big punch bowl of truth, common sense. Everybody wants to climb in and get a cup of it.
Yeah.
Maybe even somebody put some Everclear in there or something. I mean, this is a big old nice... Yeah, Marcos says he did. Marcos Morales in there. And so it's a big party's about to happen.
Okay.
And the New World Order goes over. He goes, what's the nastiest thing we can do? Well, let's just start screaming a bunch of anti-Semitic stuff. And then they just take a big old crap in the punch bowl. It was actually a 9/11 Truth meeting one time up on a rooftop. I'm not even going to tell it. And they had somebody show up to break it up. Crapped all over the rooftop.
Wow.
So see, watch out, teleprompter free. It's why they, well, I wasn't at that event, but I was told about it. It was pretty amazing.
Okay.
But the whole issue here is it's just the nastiest thing they can do. And they got other stuff, though. They'll like come out and say, Jones is talking about aliens. Well, I don't talk about aliens, or very rarely. Or they'll say, Jones works for the Vatican. See, what they do is they actuary it out, where they know there's a Protestant-Catholic fight going on, so they try to put me in the middle of that because I'm not involved in that. Okay. Or there's, you know, huge battle lines, pro-Israel, anti-Israel. Well, I'm trying to really analyze both sides, and both sides are involved in politics and manipulation.
Right.
And I don't try to do that like being a politician. I really talk like I'm thinking, like I'm trying to be reasonable and fair and really know how things work. So it's the fact that I do try to bring people together. You know, it's like one of the guests I had on a few weeks ago, he was bringing up the fact that when Malcolm X was all racial division, the media gave him endless coverage. But as soon as he got away from that, they killed him. Mm-hmm. And it's that same story. They do not want people who are unifying.
Yes, Pinckney, yeah. Yeah, Pinckney, yeah.
But that's also well known outside of just his perspective, is that they're scared to death of that. So it's what Cass Sunstein wrote about. He just left, as the White House regulations are, is we'll get in there and just say the nastiest stuff we can. And it also, with kind of camp followers, those that aren't actual operatives but kind of regurgitate it, it's a way to one-up. Like, well, Alex Jones, he didn't build anything. He didn't do anything. It's kind of a "you didn't build it" statement of, oh no, this whole place has got Israeli intelligence operatives, you know, running around, running everything. In fact, they're feeding into my ear right now. Well, what do I say now? So that's a joke, but they'll cut that out of context, which is good because people will see the real show and then see how it's out of context. So this stuff was even more effective 5, 10 years ago. It isn't now because people have gotten so tuned into trolls and so tuned into disinfo and government and corporate bots that
all over the YouTube page.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like spraying, you know, bugs or whatever. They get resistant. Yeah. So people are resistant now to people trying to make them infight and do all that. But that's why I'm ranting now, because there's a million points on that subject.
All right.
What else is there? Go ahead and ask more questions.
That was, I think
he's turned this around into an Alex Jones interview.
I think I satisfied a lot of people because every time I go, you know, to the InfoWars YouTube page, the Alex Jones YouTube page, that's what everybody is talking about is the Zionists. So I just wanted to address.
But if you notice, we'll have 97% positive comments on average. It's 97%.
Oh yeah.
But you'll see commenters that are there for 24 hours straight, and most of those are bots. And they just jam the same thing in, jamming in. We could shut down the comments, but I think it's part of a learning process to leave them live. You just let them do it. What I don't like is on Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, where it's articles about a subject, and they deliberately go in there and try to stir people up, and then we can see the IP addresses. The same guy will have fake debates with each other.
Talking to himself.
Yeah, just trying to dominate and change the subject. See, because they want people at a cocktail party or whatever to go, yeah, Alex Jones, I like him. And they go, oh, really? I heard he works for the Vatican.
You heard, yeah.
Instead of it being about what I'm saying, that the mega banks are announcing they've conquered us in world government. No, that's not interesting. You know, the military training and setting up re-education camps officially, that's not news. Alex Jones is the news. Well, let's just say I'm the worst person in the world. Let's move past that now. What are you going to do about what's happening? What are you going to do about what's happening? Okay, because I'm busting my butt, and I'm not angry that people, some of them fall for this stuff. I'm not angry that I get attacked, because in a sick way, that only makes me bigger.
That's true.
I get upset for people that buy into the propaganda because it stunts them from ever moving forward. And they could just say, oh, that guy's bad, this person's fake, that person's fake, oh, they're New World Order, they're this and that. And then, oh, there's nothing we can do. And that's how you get cognitively infiltrated.